This podcast is part of the Zeo to Hero Podcast Network.
You stay right here.
The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.
We heard the voices. We can hear them. We can touch them. We're gonna find out who they really are.
Well, now that's a terrible idea. I'm gonna do that one more time because I felt like I sloshed it.
Did you know the guy who helped Splinter, because like Splinter's like street level and he's hurt, which I thought that was like a fantastic scene because like you really see like the terror he has, you know, and you get it. Like surprisingly dark in spots like that where you're like, good lord. But the guy who helps him up was Kevin Eastman.
No, that was the voice him.
Yeah.
Oh well,
they stuck a lot in there. Even Mr. Beast was in this movie.
Wait, oh, that's right. He was in that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was surprised at like how many famous people were in there.
Yeah,
it was. I think fun.
It's cool.
I like
if I ever got a chance to a movie, I would cast all my friends too. I think that's part of it. Why they had like so many mutants, because they realized like, oh, dude, I can get Paul in here.
Yeah,
everyone.
Dude, yeah. Oh, I forgot Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen did it.
Yeah, he's like a producer, and I think he was actually involved versus just like I just get producer credit.
Yeah, he was very very into the series. Apparently, he was all up in it, and I'm okay with that because his brand of comedy has really evolved into what it is now, and it kind of bleeds through. Like you can see with the stuff that was funny was kind of like something he would laugh at.
To this episode of Zero to Hero. I hope all you grid travelers have found a right podcast to listen to. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of Zero to Hero, where I'm Billy, and I'm always joined by my brother, who I don't know what he's doing anymore lately, because we have plotted maybe a couple times in text to take out Jared because he missed the Comic-Con, which we will go in this record right now and saying that I am taking one breath to say all this, and I don't know how this is gonna.
Jerry, we're coming for you, buddy.
We're coming for you.
Keep an eye on your cankles.
But Jen, let's just break right into this episode right here, because I don't think we have any new pickups. I don't know if you picked up anything. I know the stuff I ordered is on the way, but I haven't picked them.
Yeah, stuff I ordered on the way too. Yeah, I haven't ordered anything. I got like one new thing. It's a comic, but it's framed, so it's on the wall already.
Oh, I got a comic today from Ben, and the 30th anniversary from Power Rangers. The variant cover, I like that. That's pretty cool.
Do you have to send him something?
I'm going to annoy him.
Oh yeah, we could send him a Funko Pop of a Cowboys, like one of the Cowboy Funko Pops.
That would hurt.
The postage is worth more than the Funko Pop.
Oh yeah, So tonight we're going to talk about a movie, and we have our formerly turtle-fied, now certified guest from Cody from Too Much New Toys. Wait, that's what it is? The name?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've been pondering to like shorten it down, just Too Much New Toys, because I feel like the Cody's a bit much, but yeah, Too Much New Toys.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight, and we're gonna talk about the new TMNT Mutant Mayhem movie tonight.
Yeah, happy to be back, folks, and let's do it. Now it's out on digital. We can all pay absurd amount of money to watch it. So
paid money.
And I know that you actually showed us before the recording that you actually picked up some cool little knick-knack toys from Mini Brands.
Yeah, Mini Brands. Let me get all of them. I have. Oh, I gotta get. Hold on.
Did one fall behind your desk?
I just dropped one in my pile of stuff, so that one's gone. It's gone forever. We have Who Likes Annie's Pretzels?
Oh, okay.
Not sure how I feel about it because it's like a flimsy bag, which is very authentic, and then you get like the pretzel dog.
Oh yeah, look at that.
No focus. We got.
Oh wow.
Anybody remember the big dinner box? Is that still a thing from Pizza Hut?
Nah, I don't even know, but look at that thing.
Maybe like
look.
I remember there was a movie with
Look
it in
at
it.
that. Look how detailed the tiny food is.
They have little wings in there.
And then this one, it's like some like sushi. It's like salmon, I think. I don't know. I'm not a sushi guy. I assume it's a real brand.
Every time anyone says salmon, I always go back to Wreck-It Ralph and the King's like, it's not pink, it's salmon.
And then podcast favorite.
The croissant sandwich from Jack in the Box.
Yeah, no.
Croissant.
Okay,
You know what butters in croissants?
But yeah, there we go, folks. That's my grand pickups.
Yeah, there you go. They're unique too. Look at that. They're so cute. Tiny foods.
Like, they give you a book that tells you like how many there are.
Is it a tiny book as well?
It's a tiny book.
Yeah. There's like 95 things to collect in this series.
Oh my god.
How is there 95 things?
And it's from food stores?
Yeah, it's all like food brands. So, it's really cool. So yeah, highly recommend. I think it was like $10 for 5. You get like the ball.
Right.
It's like a blind ball thing.
Oh.
So,
well, now you have food for
Kinder Surprise with the chocolate.
Yeah. Now you got food for all your toys.
All the toy photography I don't do, but one day.
One day,
folks.
That's
I keep promising people I'm going to do it, but if you keep lying, they'll never be able to pin you down on it. So you
just make large investments in camera equipment and just never use it.
Oh, dude, that's perfect.
Like, guys, look at the new camera I got. Just never talk about
$1,000 camera. Like,
and it just sits in the box.
Post one blurry photo and be like, okay, that's it.
And
that came out great, guys. New paperweight.
Every time you post it,
take the batteries out.
Use your phone to take a picture of the camera in the box and just like hashtag one day. Hashtag one day, man.
I think your most liked tweet. Jesus.
Well, one day it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen one day. I swear.
I tried myself some toy photography in the little county parks out here, like the little city parks, and it was the bluebonnet season, so the bluebonnets were blooming. I put the toy in there, and I was like, "How do people do this? My arthritic knees won't let me."
No, I did the same too. I tried doing an outside shot, and so I put it on the ground, and then I realized like it was in like the dirt and the rocks, and I was like, oh shit, I have to lay down in the dirt to take this picture. Never again. I
never again.
Put a towel out and a tarp and like some cardboard.
Now
and make sure you don't touch any of that nastiness.
It's a whole thing. It's way more involved.
Is now I strive to take pictures in trees so I don't have to bend down.
That's smart.
There you go. Tree fort. It's like the Ewok village.
What you should do.
I like it.
What you should do is just take photos like on a green screen and just superimpose something behind it.
I see people doing pictures in front of like computer screens and stuff.
Yeah, or there's like lots of Photoshop. People get like really into it. Like it's a full blown thing.
You could do it.
I don't have the patience for that.
It's horribly hard.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Learn a Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Just get Lightroom.
Lightroom. Oh yeah, that's right. Lightroom.
It's a photo editing app for Adobe, which is the free version of Photoshop, basically.
I use Lightroom before. It's good. That's a good one.
You even know what I'm talking about?
Yes, Lightroom. It's an editor. I've used it.
Your mom's a Lightroom.
Me do technology sometime.
Yeah, I'm all phone guy. Sure. I've edited photos into like CapCut. I use CapCut a lot, so you can like bootleg your photos into there.
I've done some photo editing. I'm not very good at it, but it's also like if you know what you're doing, at least you have an idea what your end product's going to be. It's not super hard.
Yeah.
Being creative, forget about it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Being creative,
no
clue.
Iteration.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Basically,
okay, but yeah, so.
We were going to talk about Mutant Mayhem. We need to talk about toy photos. Yeah.
So Mutant Mayhem's been out for a little bit, and I waited till it became on a streaming service because I do not like going to theaters.
No theaters,
I don't like being around people anymore.
Well, I want to make sure y'all know, like, this movie came out in like August, right? like early August, and now it's hitting streaming like less than a month later.
A lot of movies are doing that now.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel
when
like
it was like in theaters.
I mean, it's still in theaters technically. I don't know when they'll like remove it. But I feel like
I remember
like because what was that movie? The recent Disney movie? It's like the flame guy and the water girl, whatever.
Oh, Elementals.
Oh, Elementals.
Yeah, I've heard like that one is doing like bananas on like streaming.
Oh,
I know. Like the partners, the girlfriends watch it like 30 times.
Yeah. So I think I don't know.
I know this because I have a counter for it.
Because I know we're used to like you'd see a movie back in the day, and you imagine it went off to like some factory
next summer
where
it would come off.
elves worked on it for 2.5 years, and it finally comes out VHS. I think the money is in like streaming. That's where they're getting all their stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. And then, like 3.5 years later, you find your VHS copy of Total Recall, and then you can't ever find it again.
Yeah,
Total Recall. What a good one.
Yeah, they recalled that one.
Great movie.
Yeah,
I think all the money there's a lot of money in stream. Well, I don't know, like streaming, because if it goes to like a streaming service and people pay for it, how much? What percentage do you get paid for that movie being on the service? Like I know Netflix will. They stopped paying for having movies on. Like, it's why they have so many original things now.
Yeah,
they don't have to pay out services for it. Like, you don't have to pay providers. It's all in house.
Yeah, and
like,
TMNT will be like Paramount Plus. But I was thinking like because people like there's the perception like it's like the theaters is where the real action happens, and like if you're not in a long theater, like it's a loser. But when I was thinking of it too, like so like if it's in the theater, like. They pay, you pay like $10-15 for your ticket. The theater takes a cut or whatever. But I imagine like they probably these days they want to get it to streaming as soon as possible because they own it. And they're like, hey, pay up. It's like $20, $25 for the digital version. That's got to be almost like pure profit for them at that point.
Right.
So I was thinking like the studios probably like love that because like you don't get the whole like cachet and like we made $1 billion in theaters. But I have to imagine like they're just gobbling up the streaming money.
Well,
yeah.
Like, do they sell it on streaming services or do like HBO has it?
It's
or where's it streaming at?
I think it's you have to pay for it, so it's not free to stream. It'd be on Paramount Plus because all TMNT is owned completely by Paramount.
Okay, so end up over there for free eventually.
Yeah, like eventually they'll put it on like Paramount Plus if you're subscribed. But for now, I think you're paying like $20 at least.
Disney did and just like release a movie 6 days early, or no, like 4 days early for $6, something like that.
Damn.
It was the Raja movie.
Raja, yeah, it's like early access.
Yeah, it was like early access 2 days in advance for $6. I was like, no, I'm good.
Hell no.
I'll just wait 2 days.
I could see like if I had I had a big family, I'm sure it makes total sense for families. As a single dude, that's where like I don't know. I just wait for like the Blu-ray that comes with like the digital code.
Oh yeah.
I was sitting there. I was like, I like Awkwafina a lot, but I don't like her that much.
Yeah. Yeah, not
only a good part of the whole movie is Awkwafina.
Yeah, nah. It's a different age we're living in now, though. Honestly, like, I mean, it can go either way because like I've been hearing a lot of arguments lately that people that buy digital copies like they can just lose them like at. The company could be like, oh well, we're gonna pull.
Oh yeah,
this.
yeah. Amazon did that. So some people bought movies off Amazon, like they bought the digital versions of Amazon, and they lost their rights to it, and so they removed it from the libraries.
Yeah, and those people lost money basically.
Yeah.
Amazon made a bunch of money, but
they do that with like games too, even books. Like it's just they just swipe it back.
They're talking about games, books. All
they're talking about games the other day. Basically like when we were kids, we could buy a game and that entire game was on a CD and like you couldn't do nothing else to it. But now games that they release, if you want to keep playing the game, there's different packages that they release, new characters, and you basically never beat the game because you have to keep paying to get new things.
Yeah, there's a couple games. Like, that's why indie games are so big right now because they don't do that kind of nonsense. The AAA stuff does it. E3. Yeah, they do that a lot right now. Like all the big companies are doing that.
Yeah, it's a digital life we're living in nowadays, though. So I can see both sides.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Okay, well, here's something scary. So, everyone has an Android phone. Everyone who has an Android phone. Google actually went through a couple years ago and like deleted apps off people's phones because they were dangerous apps to have. They went through and deleted apps off people's phones. Google, not Samsung, not Motorola. Google did that. They had full access and like removed apps from people's phones.
Oops.
I believe it. I mean, Google gets I think a lot of unfair love. I think because they're just as evil a company.
They got they got their fingers on everyone. Like if you have an Android phone, they got your fingers on everything you're doing.
Pretty much, yeah.
True.
Oh man.
So, what did you guys think of the TMNT movie?
It took me a second, but I ended up loving it. It was really fun. It just the art style threw me off for a hot minute.
The beginning of the movie, it took me a good minute to adjust to the art style, which I absolutely loved the art style by the end of it.
Are you guys the types? Do you watch like trailers or stuff ahead of time, or you like to go in blind?
Well, I
watch a couple trailers.
I normally see trailers on TV about
happen.
it, but I don't. That's as far as I go.
Yeah,
but
like I didn't watch any review. Like I only saw like the poster reviews, like the numbers on Rotten Tomatoes, and like they were both pretty positive. I'm like, it's probably gonna be a fun movie.
And how they did the Turtles is how I would imagine the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to be, like teenagers and like actually have the problems like that.
The kids they got to play the Turtles were fantastically fun.
Yeah, for me, it's really like the only time. I mean, I guess like some of the cartoons maybe, but it's pretty much the only time they've actually conveyed the teenage in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
It's ironic.
It was awkward and saying gibberish constantly.
Yeah, because if you look at like any of the other iterations, they're still supposed to be like 15, 16, but they're basically like, like 40-year-old men.
Yeah.
They're ready to go. But these ones, like, they were actually kids, which is cool.
That was the prime example for the Michael Bay ones that I watched, maybe the first one. I couldn't watch them anymore because I just could not see them as, like, teenage turtles.
Yeah, they were too big.
I remember watching the Michael Bay movie. I was like, no, I'm good.
The second one, though,
like Shred looked kind of cool.
The second one they did, if you've ever seen that one, they did kind of turn it around, and that's...
The second one was I think I saw the second one in theaters, and I saw the first one like at home. And the second one, I thought it was a little better.
Yeah, they're still too big.
It was fine.
I like the shorty turtles. A turtle, they should never be more than like 4 feet tall.
Oh yeah,
maybe 5 feet.
And I like this one too because you actually get like infant representation of them too, like as they're super tiny kids.
The turtle
too.
tots, yeah.
The turtle tots,
are super cute.
Okay.
Adorable.
Jackie Chan, like teaching them how to like be ninjas was god dang hilarious.
How do you guys feel about that? There's some controversy because some folks are diehard that like Splinter should like learn karate. I always say karate ninjutsu from his master, and they don't mind the whole like ridiculousness of like he watches them in his cage and learns the move, but folks are like. Learning from YouTube is unacceptable. Like that's
YouTube?
Unrealistic.
No, there's no Shredder. There's no Kang. Like this movie, I feel like it's its own little universe. I don't care. It was fun. Like it was hilarious. They were watching Jackie Chan movies while Jackie Chan played Master Splinter, teaching them how to be.
Because in this one, didn't he learn it from like you said, YouTube and TV shows, right?
Mm-hmm. YouTube videos of Jackie Chan. That's the best part. I don't think you guys understand like how hilarious
I not catch that. That makes me so mad.
His big fight scene is just straight up like a Jackie Chan fight scene, which is super cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm pretty sure you choreographed the whole thing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
that was super well done.
It was great.
Yeah,
and then the fact that Splinter wasn't like overly obnoxious about things at all. He was trying to be a good dad and kind of thing. And the fact he was like, oh, because I was older than you, I ended up looking older anyways.
Yeah.
I felt really bad for
They explained
Splinter.
it well enough to
this one.
Me too.
Like I felt like the kids were jerks to him. I was like, damn, man.
Mm-hmm.
They were, but they were teenagers, and who wasn't a teenager who was not a jerk to their parents?
I do like how the movie does like the audience that they're trying to focus on. It kind of like they correlate a lot of the problems with their cell phones and social media and stuff like that, and I feel like they represented it well.
Yeah, I think they did super good, and I think part of it is because they did a lot of they recorded it with everybody in the same room together. Like if you were in a scene together, they recorded you together, and they let they let the kids do a lot of like improv and ad libbing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they really sold.
Was that like song they did improv? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's improv.
I like that how when they do that, because like a lot of the times they just do one person and they'll send the lines in. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there's better chemistry when you got them all together, because then they can feed off of facial expressions and body language.
Yeah, and you have all like the crosstalk, so it does feel like four people actually like arguing in a room, which I think is fantastic.
Loved it. And I like how Raphael, you could just hit when he goes angry and stuff. Like, you just love him seeing him angry.
Yeah.
That's when
I dream about fighting all the time. Whoa, dude, you might have problems.
It's not a problem. Raph was really good.
So, all right. So on this, what's your opinion on how they did April? I loved it. I liked April.
Yeah, I think April is awesome too. Again, like, and
she felt more human.
It's like if you're going to depict real people, like, they looks like the weirdest thing is like people are like, oh, like April should be, this like sexy reporter, which it's like this is a movie about like teenagers, so
yeah.
I don't know where you're going with this, like
like self-report the gelster,
which I've literally had discussions with like people online about that, where it's like, okay, like sorry, the teenage girl isn't as attractive enough for you, because otherwise, like she's a budding reporter. I like how she's like taking the turtles down a peg all the time. Like when they meet her, and they're like, "Do you think the outside world would accept us?" And she's like, "Oh no, immediately no, absolutely not."
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
that was great. Like no,
and then like she plays off to be this like really cool person or something. But then when you find out more about her, when they go into the school, that you find out that she's the one that's bullied and stuff. And it's a little sad, but her character develops really fast in that one.
Well, they were doing all the stuff for the wrong reasons, and like it came back to like really how they felt about it, and I thought that was great.
Yeah. I think overall it's my favorite April.
Yeah, I did like her. Her interest was pretty funny too. Like, you hit me in the head with the star. Yeah, I liked her interest. It was pretty fun.
As they're all trying to like hide, and she's like, "I can see you. I can hear you talking."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The more you stay quiet, the more sus it is.
Yeah.
Dude, she calling us sus? That's the worst thing to call us.
Yeah. It's a good. I like this. This movie was really good. I really enjoyed it. The quibs between each other and stuff. And
I like the fact that all the bad guys weren't really bad. Superfly was bad, but the other bad guys were just like looking for family.
Yeah. I mean, even Superfly too. You're kind of like, he's not wrong. Like, He's not wrong, but it's kind of a little crazy, a little overboard. Like maybe you shouldn't,
kind of
like enslave humans and turn them into your amusement. But on the face of it, you're like, dude, like I get it. Like if they killed my pops, I'm sure I'd want revenge too.
Yeah, I like how you got introduced to a lot of characters too. Like normally you get a handful, but this one you get pretty like 9 of them almost.
Yeah. Do you feel that they did too much and like it'd be cool to see like more from each character, or you like
I would love to see more from each one, because you didn't get very much out of like Wingnut and like the Stingray. Ray Fillet. You don't get much out of them, but I would love to see more. Especially,
Ray Fillet was Post Malone?
No. Oh, damn. Okay, that's cool. But I need a whole movie dedicated to Mondo Gecko, though.
That would be cool.
Hopefully
they're doing a TV show. They're doing 2 seasons of a TV show into the second movie.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm gonna watch it.
I think they've locked down. I mean, obviously, like the writer's strike has thrown all that, probably delayed that however long. But the plan is like to have the core 4 kids, as the turtles again, and then who knows where they'll actually go with it. But
do you think that might hinder the TV show? Because like a lot of the movies, they've like animated movies that they become shows, the quality is not as good as the movie. So
that
might hinder a little bit. But if they have the actual voice actors come back for it, I think it would save it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like how much they're willing to invest in it. Because like, have you seen like the 2012 series?
Yes.
Like And I apparently people didn't like that animation, but I thought it was fantastic, and I still think it is. So I feel like we're at a point now for relatively cheaply, because this movie only cost them like $70 million to make, I think.
Oh, nice.
So I feel like they could, if they wanted to, and if they're willing to invest the money, they could easily reproduce it on a TV show, or very close to it.
I think that they released the movie at a bad time, or they did not realize how Barbie and Oppenheimer was going to dwarf this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
or maybe they were shooting for streaming to be their saving grace.
Well, because I mean, though, I wonder though, like, would it really have like the overlap of audiences though? Because I mean, maybe Barbie. I haven't seen Barbie, but it's not like people are taking their kids to see Oppenheimer.
Oh no, it was very. You had to find a place to find them.
We went to watch it We were to watch it at 6:50 in the morning. God,
yeah.
Yeah, there was kids there too. Like there was a bunch of kids there.
That's
I
guess kids in the audience.
I think releasing it at the same time as Barbie kind of hindered that. But I mean, I heard a lot of people that were doing the 2 movies in one day there.
Yeah, like the Barbenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder about that. Like, could it have done more? But like the TMNT movies that did the best were the Bay movies.
Of course,
those ones did the biggest ones. So I think it's interesting, and they're not like
Michael Bay explosions.
They're not viewed well. So I don't know. I just wonder if like the market for this is just more niche than it seems. But also like the TMNT franchise this year alone has made like $1 billion, if not more, in retail like merchandise sales.
Oh wow! I know that they were really pushing the merchandise.
Yeah, and that's across like all forms of TMNT. But I really feel like they have to be like super pleased with this, because they're just like throwing products like nobody's business.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right. Damn.
But and here's actually I wanted to bring up your thoughts on this. I think it's interesting. Like say like the Power Rangers movie, right? Like if that comes out, we all want the movie. Like as fans, you want the movie to do well. So you get like a sequel and you get more. But I think it's also kind of weird, like how like corporations have successfully co-opted us into like taking the brunt of like making their movie successful. Because like this movie, it's like $70 million to make. They've made like $100 million in ticket sales. But it's still like, we have to do even more than that to like make up the budget, make up the marketing. And I just feel like, I don't know, if you're a giant corporation, if you can't figure out like how to make money from like you did 100 million ticket sales for a $70 million movie, if that's not profitable for you, like you messed up, and that's not like that's not on the fans, because there's this weird
it's like the
like I've seen people like, we got to see the movie twice and support it, and it's like, no, I'm going to see it however many times I want to see it, but I'm not going to like go to bat for Paramount.
It's like those It's like those companies where you work at and you call in sick. They're like, well, we need you. I'm like, well, that sounds like a you problem. I'm sick.
Yeah,
like you should be covering for me.
Yeah, it's like maybe there should be 2 in line.
It's they're trying to run like the bare minimum and like make as much money as possible.
Sometimes I feel like they, say like you're working a production line and they hire a new manager from outside that doesn't know the system. You are better off hiring a manager within the production line. And I feel like sometimes they do that with the theaters. Like they don't see it from the actor's point of view or from the production style. They just see it from a money standpoint.
Oh yeah, that's all the production companies are.
I think that's just what hinders them a lot too.
Money. They all have those money eyeball contacts. For real.
Yeah,
that's all they got, man.
But
But sorry, I think for your
the greenlight stuff.
No, go on.
They greenlight stuff all the time that like they expect to be like the next. Remember when Marvel like started MCU like this, and then every other studio made a bunch of like a bunch of interconnected, like trying to make movies like Marvel.
We almost
movies.
got a Universal Monsters universe.
We almost did, but Tom Cruise ruined it.
The Dark Universe or whatever.
Damn.
We almost had a Frankenstein movie. Damn it.
Yeah.
But like they kept trying to do that because how much money Marvel's made.
God, yeah.
Hence why we got the DCEU thing, which was it was fine. Like if it came out before the MCU, it would have been fantastic. But it came out to the MCU, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
So, like, you see that everywhere. It's the same. It happens everywhere. Whenever anything big happens like that, money speaks very well.
And then everything after it. I think your original question was like the show, if that would affect like the movie or whatnot. Because I do think it is weird. Like, as soon as you like make a TV show based on the show, it's almost like, I don't want to say that. And it's kind of weird now because like now like streaming is so big, and now like we're watching Ahsoka, and so it's like, is that better than the Star Wars movies? Probably, but there's still that feeling like the TV show is like a lesser thing, right? Because it's like, you know, I get
12 lightsaber battles instead of 2.
If it was like really good, they would have saved it for a movie. So I don't know. I'd be really interested to see like what the show actually is, and like.
Well, look at I like when the other way around when the show becomes a movie. Like look at Firefly.
Oh yeah.
Serenity. Look at that movie. That movie was amazing.
True.
Right.
And it was based off that show, Firefly. And look at the Bob's Burgers movie. Like, the people who worked on the show worked on the movie. It was a fun. It wasn't a great movie. It was fun. It felt like a long episode, and it was like, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think my concern would be like they would save, like, because I feel like Marvel did this with their shows. Like, a lot of their shows, like, nothing truly awesome happens because like, oh, we're gonna do that in a movie, so they kind of like hamstrung the shows. So it'd be cool if they go full tilt with the show, and then they go even full tilt with the movie.
Like, I wish they would.
I know MCU wants to make it to where if you don't watch the shows, the movies, still kind of make sense. You're watching the movies.
Yeah. I just if I really want them to use the same animation style in the show as they did. I
would love that.
I would love that. Man. And if it's not,
I'm kind of shocked. It took you guys a while to love the animation. Why was it not an instant love?
It's just, to me, it was just different. Because it was more like a sketch art, and like headlights weren't bright like what you would think headlights would be, and it was just like
stylistic,
and it took me a minute, but I absolutely loved it by the end.
Once you got used to it, it made sense for the movie. It makes sense for the style. It makes sense for what they're doing with it, but it just takes a second.
I absolutely loved how the movie was dark portrayed too. Like, it was always like all the scenes were at nighttime, and I loved how the darkness played with the colors.
Yeah, and it was always like super grungy. I do think they like really captured like the dirty griminess.
Yes.
Dirty sewer turtles
of artistic New York City.
Yeah. I loved it. And then when they finally went up into New York City, like Times Square, like the vibrant colors, it was just beautiful. Yeah.
I also like the fact that no human looked normal.
Yeah.
Like they all had like weird.
It was really only like April.
But
April was the only.
Yeah. Well, even with her eyes were like kind of offset a little bit.
But
like,
I like
everyone had like weird proportions, and it was kind of cool because it was really artistic and it was thought out. And it reminds you of the Spider-Man movies where like they had their own like motif for all the artwork.
And
the Across the Spider-Verse.
Going back to like the toys, like how they pushed the toys and stuff for this, I liked it because not only did you get like the main Turtles and Superfly, but you actually got Bebop, Rocksteady, you got Mondo Gecko, you got like all of them in it, and it pushed it all out. And
we're getting more. We're getting like the second half of them in November, I believe. They just announced.
What was the name of the group that they used? What was the name of them? It was like
the Mutanimals?
That's what they were. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the Mutanimals.
Yeah, because like in the comics, like Leatherhead. It's kind of mixed up in the comics, Spike. Like Leatherhead, Ray Fillet, or Man Ray, depending like which comic you're going to. Mondo Gecko. Yeah, like generally their band of misfits is the Mutanimals, where they're kind of they're skirting the line between like villains or anti-heroes, kind of back and forth.
Yeah, and I like,
don't worry, man.
You actually got representation of them in the toy line, which I thought it was awesome because normally you don't get a lot of villains in there, but you find out that they're not.
You don't normally get side
they're not real villains. That they just had a change of heart, and I like.
How did you feel about the Superfly? And
I liked him
not being Baxter Stockman.
No, I liked him. I liked Ice-T.
That was pretty fun.
Voicing him.
Ice-T was really good.
Yeah, and I like how that we got a kaiju out of it.
That was super fun too.
I was
That
sitting
was
there
fun.
and I texted Billy because Billy watched you before I did, and I was watching. I was like, I was not expecting kaiju's at all. Like,
Yeah.
who said kaiju? Who?
Yeah, it was pretty. I liked it.
The best part when they take a horse out of his leg. He's like, I don't need that horse.
Oh yeah,
Hey, the horse
yeah, I don't need
anyways.
that horse anyway. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that
it was
super
fun. And I like how they got their teamwork really excelled in there. But by the time they were fighting Superfly, that they were actually getting help from the people that lived there too.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like they were accepting of them at that point.
Did you know the guy who helped Splinter, because like Splinter's like street level and he's hurt, which I thought that was like a fantastic scene because like you really see like the terror he has, and you get it. Like surprisingly dark in spots like that where you're like, good lord. But the guy who helps him up was Kevin Eastman.
No, that was the voice him.
Yeah.
Oh well,
They snuck a lot in there. Even
I
Mr.
didn't-
Beast was in this movie.
Wait, oh, that's right. He was in that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
in the
I was
scene.
surprised of like how many famous people were in there.
Yeah.
It was
I
pretty
think
fun.
it's cool.
I liked it.
Like if I ever got a chance to a movie, I would cast all my friends too. I think that's part
Hell
of it. Why
yeah.
they had like so many mutants, because they realized like, oh dude, I can get Paul in here.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone.
dude, yeah. Oh, I forgot
Yeah,
Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen did it.
Yeah, he's like a producer, and I think he
Yeah.
was actually involved versus just like I just get producer credit.
Yeah, he was very very into the series. Apparently, he was all up in it, and I'm okay with that because his brand of comedy has really evolved into what it is now, and it kind of bleeds through. Like you can see with the stuff that was funny was kind of like something he would laugh at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And also, he played Rocksteady.
Yeah, that
so,
too. Yeah,
Yeah, it would have been cool. I would have liked like more. Yeah, I don't know. Like I wouldn't mind like an extended cut. Like give me, like I think the pacing was really good,
Like
but
20
give me 20, 30
20
more minutes
of
just like the villains.
of just the
Oh,
band. Yeah. Just
I
the
like
band.
how they let
That'd
the
be
other
fun.
villains get more time because traditionally we always got Bebop Rocksteady. They were the main ones in every series. So I'm glad that we got more time for them because Bebop Rocksteady didn't really have a lot going on in the movie.
And we kind of got like a lot of Mondo Gecko.
Yeah, we got a lot of more of him. Yeah, and Ray.
Well, they paid for Paul Rudd. They better use Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Did you? Who was that? What's the roach lady's name? The roach. What was that one's name?
Scumbug.
The one that
Oh yeah.
Scumbug. The running joke. It's paid off the very end. Like, you know how many mutants are my age?
Oh. Yeah.
It's hard to find someone out there.
That was
Yeah.
the best.
And they play it off 3 times. And comedy comes in threes, man.
Oh man. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was a little odd.
Like,
I was gonna say at the end of the movie, it was very odd for me to wrap my head around because like Ninja Turtles, you always think sewer dwelling, all this stuff,
Yeah.
but then they go to school, and it's like, well, that's a little weird for me.
that was an amazing scene.
Yeah.
I loved it. Where they just show up in the school and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, it's these
Yeah.
guys." And I was like, "Oh, that's all they ever wanted." And it was really nice because they never had that in any other series, right?
No, I don't think any other series had them.
No, in the IDW comics they do. There's kind of arcs like that where kind of like a bunch of humans get mutated, so they blend more into like that kind of human world.
Oh.
But yeah, this is the first time they really like went full bore into it.
And it was a lovely
Yeah.
I loved how it ended on that. I was like, all right, I'm here for this. Like I want the turtles to be happy.
Yeah, because apparently that's where like the TV show is going to pick up.
Oh, okay.
I'm here
Yeah.
for that.
I would love if they drop in. Are we doing spoilers on this? Are we?
Oh,
are
you
we-
could definitely, yeah.
Yeah, like I would love.
I can put a big spoiler warning here. Spoilers.
Oh,
Yeah, you've been warned.
go.
I don't think they would, but I would love if like we got like Shredder in the show versus like
Oh.
a second movie.
yeah. Introduce them in the show like full on because we get a
Yeah.
little teaser at the end.
I think.
Yeah, because that's
But-
what me would show. Like we're really committed to the
Yeah.
show. Like if we're gonna drop like the big boys in there.
I want to see Kang.
We're gonna have a
We need
Krang
Krang.
coming up here. Don't worry.
Well,
But I want Crane to be voiced by Seth Rogen, so he go.
No. It should be voiced by Bert.
Bert Kreischer. Oh yeah. I'm the machine. Oh, well, he is in an android body, so.
That would be great. It's like, I'm the machine.
Yeah. So technically, and I don't know how familiar you boys are with the comics, Cynthia Utrom.
Oh, no, don't know who that is.
So in the comics, the Krangs, essentially, they're called Utroms. And so they're just little brain people inside of robots. Like I have... We have a visual aid, folks.
Oh, look at that.
These are the Utroms.
We're a videoless podcast.
Utrom.
What are we recording video for? Listeners, in my hands, I have a robot. Imagine the Terminator with a brain in his abdomen. But in the comics, they started out this way, so they're Utroms. And then the cartoon show later renamed him Krang. So the character Cynthia Utrom, if we look at her just based on the name, she should be an Utrom. And then if you look at her colors and compare her to like the 87 Krang suit, like the colors match up, the visor, I think like the hair matches. So it should be setting up to reveal Cynthia Utrom as maybe not Krang, I would imagine Krang, but as, a brain.
The Dimension X being.
Yeah.
Wow.
As a new shot.
And then they pair up with Shredder.
Wait, this is...
Yeah. Oh, my Lord.
Ooh, yeah. We see how that goes. Like, I hope they don't make, like, Shredder and Krang with the main focus. I want them to focus, more of the boys. Like, I want to see more of that. Like, I just want to see more of that relationship and like them going to school and stuff like that. And like, I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I did like how this movie was like almost all turtles, which to its credit.
Yeah, they didn't really like every other series. Like every real other series we've had has been like a major big bad, and they focus way too much on them. Don't get me wrong, Shredder's really fun. Krang is really weird, and I get that, but like. I really enjoyed the boys being boys.
Yeah,
I was like, I just want to see them do more things. It was really.
I
nice.
did like how they kept the villain origin story like real short too. Like you got maybe a 10-minute span of like how Superfly got out.
Yeah, and they didn't rehash so much. Like, oh, here's how the TMNT started, because that's the worst part. Like when you get these movies and established franchises, we're like, okay. The first, 40 minutes, you got to slowly go through it. And it's like, if people don't know Spider-Man at this point, who cares? Like, just if he's not web slinging 3 minutes in, I'm out.
Yeah. That's like Batman movies. It's like, I can't watch Batman anymore because every movie is an origin story.
Right? Yeah, that's why I like the Batman. Like, the Batman avoided that. Kind of. I guess he was early on still, but...
They had like it was like 3 minutes total, I think it was, for his origin story.
Yeah, so I love when we get right into it.
And there was like over.
Especially on a brand that's
Circus is Alfred.
Yeah, especially on a brand that's like well known, like TMNT. Like it's been going on since the 80s. So like hardcore fan or people that know of them know their origin story already. So.
Yeah. Well, that's why I really like the Marvel Spider-Man movies, the Marvel Sony Spider-Man movies. They just jumped in. It's like, origin story? Don't need that anymore. Let's go.
They were definitely trying to hit a younger audience with this TMNT movie, so I liked it. Because like a lot of
they brought him in like in a very cute way. Like, give me more. Give me a Baby Turtles movie. I would watch that.
Yeah, I want a little, the little chunky rap.
What they should do is they just start the episode out like where they're talking and like they're talking back to Splinter, and Splinter's like, I'll tell the story, but this one there's a really long version of the story, and they only make 2 or 3 episodes of their origin
but it's
story.
gotta be Jackie Chan. It can't be.
It's got to be Jackie Chan. It's got to be Jackie Chan.
Oh man,
Jackie played that part perfectly. Like it was so much fun. Like. I was not expecting it to be Jackie Chan. Like I knew he was in the movie. I was like, I'm pretty sure he'd be Splinter, but maybe someone else. And it was pitch perfect.
Yeah, he did really good. Hopefully, we get more. I'd be sad if he got like recast or.
Oh my God, I'd be rioting in the streets. I'd probably be the only one.
It's cool enough now. Let's do it. We can totally do it. Let's
Bring
go riot,
the Chan back.
We'll throw some.
Bring the
riot.
Chan.
We'll
throw
on
some
the
bricks
weather.
and some overpassers.
Oh, you got.
In Texas, they ain't no joke, man. Depending on weather, like
should we riot today?
2020.
What's the forecast? Okay, no riot.
Like I go
like the 2020 protests. You could always tell like when it was going to be big days and when the weather broke.
Oh yeah.
In Texas, like the big protest for days was slightly cooler.
That's hilarious.
I'll just walk outside.
115, 113, double the size.
Oh man. But yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, that's fun.
Great movie.
Great movie.
I enjoyed it. I want more of it. I want to see it.
Out of a 10 out of 10, I would say it's a solid. I'd say 7. There's some things that could have improved on, but
7.
I like it.
Where are you finding it lacking?
I wanted more baby turtles, and that's
More
why
baby
it's missing
turtles?
3. Yeah, I wanted more.
The baby turtles were just like ridiculously cute.
I needed chunky Raph.
They were really
more
cute.
chunky
Oh my
Raph.
God. Yes. More
That's
chunky
it.
Raph. Wait. My question: did Michelangelo have braces?
Wait,
He
did he?
did.
Oh,
How
the
do you
hell
use
you
braces?
get these?
I like to imagine, because in this one, like it fully embraces the TMNT being thieves, as they're routinely robbing, bodegas.
Yep.
Did they like steal a dentist?
Yeah,
What?
I like to imagine they like held up a dentist or something. Like Splinter noticed Mikey's teeth were just jacked up, so like he took him to a dentist and like forced the dentist, or I guess orthodontist, to give him braces, or I guess Donnie. That's the kind of thing for me. Like
Probably
I understand
Donnie.
stylistically. For me, like I appreciate the funness of it more than I like need an explanation. But it's a good question. It would be fun if they delved into that. Like, give me like a webisode, like how Mikey got his braces.
It's just
Yeah.
how big got braces. That would be a great
Yeah.
episode.
Boy. Eh?
So, what you rate it as?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm just like an easy customer. I would probably go a 9. 9 out of 10, and maybe only it could be better. I wouldn't necessarily want to mess with the pacing because I think it's these days, especially like the older I get, like you have to hold me. So like if you have a longer movie and it's not like ripping me through it, I'm like, we're done. But if we could get more of like the villain characters, I would, give me like 10 minutes more of that.
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit more. That's kind of where I'm at too. I would give it a solid 8.
Yeah.
Like I want some more villains. I need a little bit more. Like my biggest sticking point is the art style took a minute to get used to. Like if they could adjust that just a little bit, like just tweak it just a little bit to make it a little easier to look at.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
It was fun.
Like it was scored like a solid 9 out of 10.
But yeah.
Besides that though, the art style really worked for it. Like it felt kind of like a comic, kind of like a painting, kind of like indie art. It worked, but it just took a second to get used to it.
Yeah. Either way, I think it's really great to have like a TMNT movie that's clearly above like a 6.5.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
With Turtles Through Time.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa.
That's a solid 5 out of 10.
That movie's 10 out of 10. I will die on that hill.
Oh man.
Well, see on your hill.
That
buddy.
movie's I rewatched it like a few weeks ago, and that holds up for me.
It's a fun movie. It's fun. It's just not a good movie.
It's better than Secret of the
fun,
Use.
though.
How's that for a spicy take?
All right.
That movie is terrifying.
It's not better than the first one. I think the first one's better than it had any right to be. But I think
Oh yeah, way better. It should have been.
3 should get way more love than it does.
I
don't know.
Yeah, it's still better
I'm
than
here
2,
to-
and it's still better than Michael Bay's first one.
Shout out to
Michael
Michael
Bay's
Bay,
versions.
like, because he was really just like a producer in those movies, so he was like less involved. But shout out to him, like, I mean, for good or for ill, like, because I guess he gets all the shit from it. But like, at this point, like, his name's at all tied to it. And it's like, oh, it's a Michael Bay movie, and he's just like sitting at home, like laughing.
Like, hey guys, what are you guys gonna do this week? Explosions.
All right. Hangs up the conference call. Okay.
Here's some pointers on make him look really bitchin'.
Oh yeah.
That's basically what it is. I'm pretty sure. Like he was producer, like, all right, guys, do the movies, but when it comes to pyrotechnics, you come talk to me.
For sure. That's true. Like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all his
Now,
clothes look
when
really,
you,
really
now when you
awesome.
said that that's the hill that you would die on, you should totally have said that's the turtle shell you'd have died on.
Ooh, yeah. Like I would. You'd have to crack my turtle shell or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Hell
know.
yeah.
I'm not clever enough. I'm not. You can edit that in. You can just like, you can edit like a clever quip in post. And that.
Oh my god!
You assume I'm gonna have more than an hour to work on this? Okay, yeah, sure.
Like have his own little segment, like Conscience Words with Cody, and it's just like a whole bunch of mumbles. yeah. Too bad they won't be able to see that, but you know.
But damn it! You guys got to start. Just slap this on YouTube. Come on.
Oh, do them like
I do
them like the Canadians off of South Park.
Yeah, it's like just a mouth.
Oh my god! You know how much work that's gonna make? How much work it's gonna take? Oh my god. Okay.
I'm down for this.
I do put these on YouTube. It's just a still image of the audio on it.
It works.
It works. It gets our point
But
across.
you could do so much deep faking with me. You know, you could make me say anything you wanted. Do anything you wanted.
Oh my god! I do not condone these
You don't
actions.
give me those options.
Oh, dude, Jimmy just had him with the little speech. Like, we did not go to the moon because it is hard. We go because we can, or something.
Yeah. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not. Oh, damn it! It's not fair. We fear, but large spiders.
Yeah. Or human interactions. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Like who are? Like, I'm telling you, like we should move to Germany, man. They don't talk to anyone.
I don't. I'm
like, like you walk around. If you talk to someone, they look at you like you're a crazy person.
I guess
like,
I'm a German.
Talking to me? No.
Oh.
Make it weird.
Okay. Ah. Yes. Turtles. Turtles.
Great time to be a turtle fan.
Am I
folks.
too
Oh my
chilly
God.
for the turtle club?
I call them tortillas. Yeah.
Tortugas.
Oh, that too. Yeah. That one's a good one.
Call them a reasonably decent movie you should watch with your
What if like the
kids if you're into,
what if the turtles had like a
kids.
long distance relative or something that he just like shows up one day and he's like a tortoise?
That'd be cool. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I like when they get
can he
like
be like a young
wild with
tortoise?
it. I'm not like a strict like original source guy. As long as it's good, I don't care. Like I think
They said that they the 4 turtles were actually different breeds.
yeah, I mean some iterations. It's kind of in this one I could see it since they're all
Different
they're
body
not like
styles.
super different. There's certain like in the like some versions where it's like, you know, they're very much different colors, or like Rise, they're literally different breeds.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it depends. I would assume this one. I don't know. I think they're mostly like homogenous. So, but yeah. Do you prefer they all be one breed, or do you like when they like switch it up?
I like them when they're all different. It's
Yeah.
It's I don't like too mainstream.
And I like when we can get figures that are different instead of just like they can reuse the same body mold.
Yeah.
But we painted the bandana.
Like this
on this
Raphael
one.
looks like Leonardo. this one has a bandana. This one has
This one has
comes with
pupils.
swords.
How we do the paint color?
This one has pupils. This is an exclusive. This $20 more. God dang it. Yeah. Okay. Oh man, you're gonna have to send me the website where you bought those turtle mechs at.
Oh yeah.
Those look so cool.
There's a few. It's kind of. I actually have from them the same company. I think it's gonna be delivered tomorrow. Like they have. It's almost like It's more like a Power Ranger almost. Really. It's just like this. It's like a red armor knight guy. So it's kind of like Sentai Ultraman kind of looking thing.
Uh-oh.
I'll show you pictures when I get it. It was like on sale for like $80, so I had to do it.
Yeah. Oh, so Jim, you probably don't know, but they made like Gundam style Ninja Turtles.
I feel personal.
And they come with like little pilots that go in the shells and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll show you. So I'm too lazy to pull the figure out and knock everything over, but they send you these primo instructions. And again, sorry, podcast watchers, I'm going through like an absolutely just decadent manual.
Yeah, they're like really cool. I like them.
Let me get you the money shots.
It's a Gundam.
Ooh, fancy.
So yeah, it's like literally like TMNT Gundams.
Who made it?
It is by a company called Heat Boys. Like a Chinese company, Heat Boys.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, they're like import figures. So I mean, you can get them from like Big Bad Toy Store and stuff. They're just like a lot slower. They're expensive. This guy was $170 total.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. So it's like they're like $140 and then plus like $30 shipping. So you can get them various sites, but no matter what, you're probably going to be paying $170.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Probably the only like ridiculously expensive figure I've ever bought where I have like no qualms about the quality. So I would highly recommend it. You know, if you ever have just money to burn.
Definitely.
Mikey is coming out soon. You can buy Mikey now, so I dropped like it was like $170 for Mikey, so Mikey's coming.
Damn. Well,
I'm that guy.
Yeah, you're that. What they say, you're him.
I am him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm that person. I'm
It's like those memes where they're like, you know, like girls think their husband is like out with women, but no, I'm just home. Like,
oh yeah, yeah, sitting there.
It goes in the little cockpit. Watch this.
Yeah, watch this.
Look, he has a hot dog now. It's so cool.
From
Annie's.
The wrapper's so realistic.
It's real branding. It's like the real company made it.
And it's like, and then she's like, pulls the camera back around. She's like, and this is why I'll never leave him. Oh my God.
There was this, okay, so this one I saw, it was like my ex, like I found him cheating on me, and you know where I find this guy at? Guess where? Oh, we're at this party. Guess where I find him at? He's eating the nacho cheese. That's why I'm never gonna leave him. Never leave me for nothing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's me.
There's a lot of videos I see. It's where like girls be like, guys that are nerds or something like that. You know, where y'all at? And like the video will like stitch to a guy. He's like cleaning his like toy shelf and stuff. It's like I was like, boy, that's me right there. You know. Just
No, I think that the thing that won over Liz was one day I was making like something at 2 a.m, and I wake her up, I'm like, hey Liz, do you want some? She's like, yeah. I think that's won her over. It was like 2 a.m. feeding. Like, here you go, honey. I love you. Delicious food.
You woke her up at 2 a.m. to give her food.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
That's hilarious.
Because he did that to me. He would do that to me. He'd like pop his head in my door. He's like, "You want to go on a fat boy run?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, but can we drive?"
And so Liz, for Valentine's, I won Valentine's Day this year. So at the stroke of 12:01, when she was getting to bed, I gave her a bottle of honey mustard, like really fancy honey mustard. Like it's like $8 a bottle. Like that, it's like a bottle like this big. It's really small. They say
romance is dead. I mean.
Oh yeah, no. Like here you go in the bag. I'm like, happy Valentine's Day. And she's like, really? I'm like, go in the fridge.
A bouquet of mustard.
Like, I am so upset with you. And I'm like, did you want that honey mustard or not? She's like, I really wanted it. I'm like, there you go.
Knowing me, my love language would be like, hey, honey, I got you something. And I pull out like a well articulated, like, you know, SH fig art or something. Here you go.
It's the Mezco Green Ranger.
Watch Billy gets with us.
It's like, but look at the back.
Billy gets with a Star Wars fan. Maybe goes it gets together with a Star Wars fan. He's like, I got you Ashoka's lightsabers, and like, I already got Ashoka's lightsabers. You got it last year. Oh shit!
Like, give her like a Black Series, like a soak or something. I know the dual lightsabers aren't screen accurate, but you know.
I have them custom ordered. They'll be on their way in like 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's how you know it's
screen accurate,
true
and it will look
if they're down for that. That's how you know.
Yeah. That's like I'm on a couple Power Ranger pages on Facebook, and like occasionally I'll come across a post. It's like, my awesome wife bought me this power sword. I was like, oh damn. Well, I mean, I buy my own stuff, but
I always feel like that's also like
it's like
kind of like an underhanded compliment. Because they're also saying like, you know, like I feel like it's kind of weird because they're like, oh, like my wife actually supports my hobby, and it's like, shouldn't that be default? Like, If you're like, who are you marrying?
Like,
If they're like,
I feel
if they
like
think you're just
I
like
feel
a
the
total
statement
schmuck.
should be.
Yeah.
I feel like in all these cases, not my wife bought me this. It was my wife allowed me to buy this.
I feel like
oh,
that's.
don't tell my wife.
And I'm just saying she bought it for me.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, there's this website I would go to that I could buy computer parts from that would show up on your credit card as different places instead of like, the computer store.
There you
It would
go.
be different
That's-
places.
yeah.
That's genius. That's
They
awesome.
know what we're about.
What's this charge from? I don't know.
So it's like,
I
alright.
guess our card's stolen. I guess we
Yeah.
got to get a new one.
It's like, I'm not talking about.
Oh my god.
That's incredible.
It was the worst. It was so terrible.
Boy. All right. Well, let's. I can't. I don't know how to finish this one off like real well. Maybe thanks. Thanks for joining us on this tonight's episode where we polished our shells and talked about certifying. I don't know. That sounded really bad. Oh my god. My bad, guys.
I'm down for shell polishing.
Turtle puns, guys.
What's wrong with a few dudes sitting in a room polishing things off?
In 4 states,
Yeah.
it's illegal.
Oh my god. But
In 16 states, it's frowned upon.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
If you do it in Florida, you go right to jail.
But yeah, so thanks for listening to this episode where we talked about the TMNT Mutant Mayhem movie and miniature foods that look adorable, and we got to see this gorgeous man right here, Cody, from Cody's Too Much New Toys.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, fellas. It was super fun.
Yeah, and then we got Jim right there.
We welcome on whenever you want to be on.
Yeah,
here, man.
anytime.
Come on. We'll talk about turtles or figures or
Dude,
other
we can
cool
even
stuff.
talk about like your motions of like when you buy new underwear too, like how you gotta like bust them bad boys in like the night before.
You just wash them. You throw. I don't have any. You just throw it in the washer.
Oh
And then
man,
you're good to go.
That sounds like some tidy-whitey like conversation.
I mean,
yourself.
they're briefs. I like briefs. I don't like boxers are too loose. Everything's swinging around. Nobody needs that. You need some.
yeah.
The best things in life happen with structure and rules. That goes to underwear.
and patriarchy and
Yeah.
oh my god.
Too much freedom.
I watched the new Barbie movie and I swear to God they said patriarchy like 50 times in that thing.
I still need to watch that one.
It's funny. I like it. It's really good. But okay, well, Jim, bye. Shut up.
Billy,
okay, Cody,
where can they find you, Billy?
Cody?
Where can they find you at,
Cody at?
Just Cody Too Much New Toys. Usually on TikTok. That's where I'm most active. So
Yep.
Cody Too Much New
My
Toys.
Tick-Wax.
Yeah, I always try to join your lives when I'm on
Watch.
lunch break and stuff, because like you're living my life, you're living my dream, unboxing toys and
It's
Little
fun.
bit
It's super
logo?
fun. Yeah, squeeze
Yeah.
it in. And I'm sorry, like I'm the
Watch.
worst on keeping up with my chatter because it's all like a blaze. So
Oh,
I'm the biggest
yeah.
jackass. But
yeah, I don't
Always
really
love it.
try to use the chat often because like it's like it's kind of pointless because by the time I post something, 10 people have posted behind me.
yeah. So that always sucks. But yeah, they're always super fun. You guys should do lives. Just get on there, man.
Yeah, I
Just
try.
do that shit.
I need to do more.
We got a couple
You
lives.
just gotta like
it's
chug
just I don't
away at
have
it until
any-
people get used to it, and then it builds up.
I have 0 followers, so I don't like
All
that.
right, that sounds all right to me.
Like we did that live with what's his name? TN
Yeah.
Ranger, where it was TN, you and Jacob, and I was just like on the recording. You guys were like, "Oh, we're doing it live right
maybe
now."
I could do like an AI live or something. Like ooh, unbox a toy.
There you go. Hey, it could work. People love it. People are successful
Oh.
with that. So
Oh,
you never
shit.
know.
Dude,
You
I'd
never
be
know.
make it big overnight.
Well, all right, let's get
all right,
out of
but
here,
yeah,
guys.
okay, bye. See you later, guys.
Do you want to be a hero, but you're not? Do you want to be a Jiro or a Kojiro, but you can't because you're not Japanese? Have you considered Zio to hero? Remember, heroes come and go. Idiots are forever. Jubilee!
Hence why I don't wear a beanie.
Yeah, well, you look like
Easier
you're
to
about to go
talk
get a pack of cigarettes and not come back.
Just because I did that to you twice doesn't mean anything.
I'm sitting there with a half-eaten Subway sandwich. Come on.
I'm like, where are you going? Bye.
Come on.
Later.
Oh my God. Okay. Cool.
Right.
This is the Zeo to Hero podcast.